You met him at the shoe shining and about passing out tracks.
Yeah, yeah. We gave out tracks for many years together, and
Mm-hmm.
he used to call me up every time he needed some tracks. I could give him track that he could give the God Love You tracks to give him out at
30th Street Station?
huh?
Where? 30th Street?
No, he 42nd Street.
Okay.
42nd Street and actually 53rd Street and 53rd Street and Lexington Avenue in Manhattan. And from there on, we used to he used to call me up, and I used to send him some tracks over the mail.
So when Mr. Camping was giving instructions about holding the tract up like this,
Yeah. Well, because he said, well, the track costs about a penny and a half to make. Okay. If you give him out, you got all those penny and a half going floor. If you hand them out, the person will look at it. If he wants you to take it, if he doesn't, well, he already read the message, and that's what counts.
gospel tracts now are between 5 and 8 cents per tract. So back in the day, the cost of printing was very cheap. Now it's 5 times as much. Back in 2011, we would have negotiations with printing tracts. The more you print, the cheaper the bulk rate. If you just wanted 3,000, 5,000, it could be 8 cents, 9 cents. But if you increase it to 10,000 tracts, they could drop it down to 7 or 6 cents. So getting a big contract was great. But eBible had their own portable printer and a huge ink contract where we would print our own tracts, and we had a folding machine where we would fold them. So right, there is a cost associated with tracks, but there is a science to it. Personally, I'm in the middle. Depending on how I feel, if there's a lot of people, and I passed out tracts, the people on the East Coast do it differently than people on the West Coast. I went on a mission trip in Nicaragua, and I met 2 gentlemen. They passed out tracts as fast as I could think about it. They had rubber thimbles on their fingers, and they could move their fingers like this. So by the time you got one person, they were sliding it. They had this. So when I was passing out tracts, I would have cargo pants with tracts, and you were just drawing them out. And then you would have them in your hand. And sometimes you would have one English, one Spanish, and you would have pockets with certain languages that, if you were ready, you could just pass them out. But what I find is, by God's grace, I would pass out tracts with Lester, and sometimes they wouldn't be on the floor. I would have a full stack, he would have a full stack. He would come back and say, I need more tracts. And I'm not even half done with my stack. So I would give him half of my half, and I'd say, that'll hold him. And he would come back, I need more tracts.
When we went to Spain, I was carrying close to about 3 or 4,000 tracks in my bag. That bag was heavy. We were there in Spain. After that, we went to Peru. All of us was roommate. So we used to get up very early in the morning, take a shower quick, have breakfast before everybody went out. We went ahead. The last day, we had about 5,000 tracks left. I had about the same. We had to be at the airport at such a time. We went in less than 3 hours. By 12 o'clock, we got rid of all the tracks. He took one corner, or I took the other corner. We got all the tracks. We took up buffer zones.
Believe it or not, just holding 1,500 tracks in your backpack is almost painful. So if they were able to hold 3,000, they must have been folded really tight by the print shop. Because if they don't fold it right, a bag can be very heavy because it takes up more space. But if they're able to condense the tracks and the quality paper they use, you can really carry a lot in your bag. For them to pass out that much, it must have been a very busy.
He had the last day we went out early in the morning. He put about 20 about 21, 22 packs of 100 tracks in this bag, and I had about the same. We went out, we gave out tracks. We went everywhere. I tell you.
That's a blessing. Thank you very much.
That's my passion, though.
Amen. Amen. Thank